The Brave Explorer. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Mountain. In a small village at the foot of a tall, misty mountain lived a curious and adventurous boy named Max. The mountain, known as Whispering Peak, was said to be filled with wonders and secrets. Many villagers spoke of the strange sounds that came from its slopes and the magical creatures that were rumored to live there. Max had always been fascinated by the mountain, but he had never ventured far up its steep trails. One evening, as Max was helping his father in the garden, his mother approached with a smile and said, "Max, you are brave for trying new things. Do you remember that old map we found in the attic? It shows a hidden path up Whispering Peak. How would you feel about exploring it?" Max's heart skipped a beat. He had always wanted to explore the mountain, but the thought of the unknown made him a little nervous. Sensing his hesitation, his father said, "Facing your fears shows great courage, Max. I admire your willingness to take on challenges." Max thought about his parents' words and his own affirmations. "I am brave when I try new things. Facing my fears shows great courage. I can take on challenges." With a deep breath, he decided he was ready for the adventure. Chapter 2. Preparing for the journey. The next morning, Max packed a small backpack with everything he might need: a water bottle, some snacks, a flashlight, and the old map. His parents gave him a sturdy walking stick and a compass. Before he left, his mother hugged him tightly. "Remember, Max, you are brave for trying new things. And don't forget, we're so proud of your courage." His father added, "If you ever feel scared, just take a deep breath and remember that facing your fears shows great courage. You can do this." Max smiled and nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. He set off towards the mountain with the morning sun lighting his way. Chapter 3. The Hidden Path. As Max followed the map, he soon found the hidden path that led up Whispering Peak. The trail was narrow and winding, with tall trees on either side that seemed to whisper as the wind rustled through their leaves. Max's heart raced with every step, but he reminded himself, "I am brave when I try new things. I can take on challenges." After a while, the path led Max to a dark cave. He hesitated at the entrance, hearing strange echoes from within. This was the first real challenge of his journey. Max took a deep breath, held his walking stick tightly, and stepped inside. The cave was cool and damp, and the sounds of dripping water echoed all around. Max's flashlight cast long shadows on the walls, making the cave seem even more mysterious. As he walked deeper into the cave, he felt a flutter of fear in his chest. But then he remembered his father's words. "Facing your fears shows great courage." Max pressed on, and soon the cave opened up into a beautiful underground chamber filled with sparkling crystals. The sight took his breath away. The crystals glowed with a soft, magical light, and Max felt a wave of joy and pride wash over him. He had faced his fear and discovered something incredible. Chapter 4. The Enchanted Forest. After leaving the cave, the path continued up the mountain and led Max into an enchanted forest. The trees here were different. They were taller, with leaves that shimmered like silver in the sunlight. Strange, yet beautiful flowers grew all around, and Max could hear the distant sound of a waterfall. As Max ventured deeper into the forest, he encountered a group of friendly creatures called Whisper Sprites. These small, glowing beings fluttered around him, giggling softly. "Hello, brave traveler," they chimed in unison. "Not many dare to explore Whispering Peak. What brings you here?" Max smiled at the Whisper Sprites. "I wanted to see the wonders of the mountain and face my fears. I believe I can take on any challenge that comes my way." The Whisper Sprites twirled around him happily. "You are indeed brave. We will guide you to the top of the mountain where the greatest treasure of Whispering Peak awaits." Chapter 5. The Final Challenge. The Whisper Sprites led Max up a steep and rocky path that wound its way towards the summit. As they climbed, the air grew cooler, and the wind began to howl. The final challenge was in sight, a narrow, shaky bridge that stretched across a deep chasm. Max's heart pounded as he looked at the bridge. It swayed in the wind, and the drop below was dizzying. For a moment he felt frozen with fear, but then he remembered his mother's words. You are brave for trying new things, and we are so proud of your courage." Taking a deep breath, Max stepped onto the bridge. The planks creaked under his feet and the wind tugged at him, but he kept his eyes forward and his grip firm on the ropes. Step by step, he made his way across, his heart pounding in his chest. When he finally reached the other side, he let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding. He had done it! Chapter 6: The Treasure of Whispering Peak. With the Whisper Sprites cheering him on, Max climbed the last few steps to the summit of Whispering Peak. There he found a small ancient chest covered in vines. Max opened it carefully, revealing a beautiful, glowing stone. The stone was warm to the touch, and it filled Max with a sense of peace and accomplishment. "This is the Heartstone of Whispering Peak," the Whisper Sprites explained. "It symbolizes courage, strength, and the ability to face any challenge. By reaching the summit, you have proven that you possess all these qualities." Max smiled, holding the Heartstone close. He felt a deep sense of pride and happiness. He had faced his fears, taken on challenges, and discovered the wonders of Whispering Peak. Chapter 7: Home Again. As Max made his way back down the mountain, the sun was beginning to set, casting a golden glow over the village. His parents were waiting for him at the edge of the forest, their faces full of pride and love. When they saw the Heartstone in his hands, they knew that Max had completed his journey and overcome every challenge. His mother hugged him tightly. "Max, we are so proud of you. You are brave for trying new things, and you have shown incredible courage." His father added, "You have taken on challenges that many would shy away from. Your bravery and determination are truly admirable." Max beamed with happiness. "I was a little scared at times, but I remembered what you both told me. I knew I could do it if I just believed in myself." As they walked back to their home, Max held the Heartstone close, knowing that it was more than just a treasure. It was a symbol of his bravery, courage, and the strength he had discovered within himself. And so in the small village at the foot of the tall, misty mountain, Max's adventure became a legend. He had proven that with bravery, courage, and a willingness to take on challenges, anything was possible. And every time Max looked up at Whispering Peak, he knew that there were no limits to what he could achieve.